Yo, what's up, everybody? One Piece Chapter 1028 is out, and this week it's crazy. So if you haven't already, go ahead and drop a like. So we kick off this issue with Luffy being on the cover of the Weekly Shonen Jump magazine to promote the third Knowledge King event, and we've got a double-page color spread with Usopp and Nami playing Super Smash Bros. And all our favorite characters are dressed up as different Smash characters. It looks really cool. You should definitely check it out. We begin this chapter with our old pals CP0 in contact with none other than Rob Lucci. And what they're saying is they can't really see Kaido falling, but you know, the tables have started to turn a little bit. And just in case Kaido does fall, the world government's just gonna go ahead and invade Wano country. Obviously, the implications of one of the four emperors falling would put the world at an imbalance of power, and they can't afford to chance that. So they're just gonna go ahead and invade anyways. The ships are already on their way, and this already is, sending red flags through my head, because I'm like, what are the Straw Hats going to possibly do? We already know that the Straw Hats are gonna beat Kaido. That's pretty much written in the stars. But after that, Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats are gonna be finished. I mean, how are they gonna be able to defend themselves from a marine invasion? A lot of people have predicted that at some point in time at the end of Wano, we'll get a buster call from the Marines, and I don't necessarily subscribe to that theory, but the Marines are on their way, and their invasion can mean a number of things for the Straw Hat Pirates. So make sure you stay tuned for a future video, because we will be discussing that. So before they finish their conversation, Rob Lucci makes sure to emphasize, at all costs, you have to get Nico Robin. Nico Robin being around the Straw Hat Pirates is just way too dangerous. The information she holds is way too valuable. You have to get it. And this is a big deal, right? They already tried to get Nico Robin in Water 7, and it just goes to show how important Nico Robin is to the world government. I mean, the world government has a bunch of people who you would deem dangerous or valuable in some sort of way, right? You have Don Quixote do Flamingo, you got people like Who's Who that are still on the loose, and yet they still seem to target Nico Robin. And it's not just them either. It seems like Kaido and Big Mom are also aware of the importance of Nico Robin, and even Blackbeard seems to be aware of the importance of Nico Robin. So Robin's definitely a hot commodity right now, and she could possibly be a point of concern for the Straw Hats in the future. And we know that Luffy will do everything to protect Robin, and so will everybody else. So, that won't be a problem. However, this could be a big deal going forward. We cut to a quick panel of Brook defending Robin from a bunch of gifters and pleasures. After her battle, Robin is probably in no shape to fight right now. Therefore, Brook has to defend her, which Brook is pretty strong. However, the Marines invade. Just how strong will Brook need to be in order to be able to completely defend Robin from danger? So it's not really looking good. And with this, we see that Oda is already raising the stakes of Wano. I understand that a lot of people have been a little bit disappointed with Wano because they feel like the Straw Hats aren't in any real danger and they don't have to make any real tough decisions. This is going to be a tough decision. Okay, at the end of every arc, the Straw Hats beat the bad guy, Luffy knocks him out, and then they have a party. Luffy usually sleeps for like 24 hours, and they have a big party and a celebration. At the end of Wano, which might be their biggest task thus far in the story, right? They're defeating a Yonko or two. Then they just have to deal with the Marines. So there's no way you can really say that the Straw Hats aren't in any danger. So this is just Oda illustrating that the stakes of Wano are big, and the implications of what goes on in Wano will have an impact on the rest of the One Piece story. But anyways, moving on. So we cut to another wide shot of Onigashima. We see Momo is floating out there by himself now, and he's trying to come up with a plan on how to use these flame clouds in order to stop Onigashima in its tracks. He's got about 5 minutes till Onigashima touches down on the Flower Capital, and he doesn't want that to happen. And then we cut to a flashback, and we see that this is the plan that Yamato came up with. You know, she has absolute faith in Momo that he'll be able to use the flame clouds. However, in the case that he doesn't, she's gonna go ahead and get rid of the stash of weapons and gunpowder that Kaido has stored away on top of Onigashima. This is essentially her plan B, and of course she has faith in Momo, but she's gonna go ahead and stop Wano from becoming a nuke in the meantime. So she's gonna go ahead and get rid of these weapons. She's not gonna leave it to chance. She turns into her full wolf form, and she leaves Momonosuke with his mission. Of course, that brings us to current time, and we realize Momo still hasn't figured this out yet. He's going through periods of self-doubt, and he has to snap himself out of it. And this is really how we're gonna see Momonosuke build his self-confidence over the course of Wano. And he's really gonna come into his own. Lucky for him, it looks like Oda forgot, but virtually no time has passed. It's still 5 minutes away, same as last chapter. I don't know if that's just a mistake on Oda's part, but he's still got some time left, so he'll figure it out. We cut to the live floor, and as expected, just like last week we got Zoro's fight, this week we're getting Sanji's fight. The two wings of the Pirate King, their fights are going to be taking place simultaneously. And here we see that, you know, Sanji and Queen, their fight is underway. Sanji's getting some hits off, and Queen seems to be getting some hits off as well. But Queen's really just, you know, going through the motions. It's not really hurting him. And we've seen from at least all the way back in the Udon section of Wano that Queen's insanely crazy tech makes his body pretty much impenetrable and unstoppable. I mean, he's taken so much damage from Big Mom, from a bunch of people, and he just keeps going. As a matter of fact, it seems like he's almost having fun. And this is Oda showing us just how strong these ancient zones are. I mean, we've seen Sanji smack around page 1 in the Germa suit, and he comes right back. We've seen Sanji kick King when he went to save Momonosuke, and he came right back. And now we're seeing Sanji fight Queen, and Queen's really having the time of his life. So Queen is telling Sanji, listen, I really want to see the Germa suit, so just go ahead, get serious, put it on. That's the only way you're going to be able to compete. Queen seems to be some sort of super fan of Vince Smoke Judge. I mean, he's definitely a tech nerd and a scientist, so he seems to be a fan, and he wants to see the Vince Smoke tech up close and personal. So he wants Sanji to put on the suit, to which Sanji flat out refuses. He doesn't want anything to do with his former family, and that includes using their technology. He doesn't want any attachment to it, but we all know that Sanji has to use the suit. So we all know it's a matter of time. And we see that he continues to have these weird feelings in his body. He noticed this a couple of chapters ago when he used the raid suit for the second time. He started having weird feelings in his body, and it's really putting him off his game. And Queen tries to take advantage of this. You know, he tries to hit Sanji with black coffee, and Sanji realizes just in time, dodges, and hits Queen with grill shot right in the gut. But of course, Queen gets right back up, except now he's eager to show Sanji more of his body modifications. If it's one thing we know about Queen, we know that he is very proud of the modifications that he's done to not only his body, but it seems to be of his devil fruit as well. And he explains to Sanji, look, if I had been a normal Brachiosaurus, that might have actually hurt, but I'm far from normal. I've done so much mods to this body that I just keep coming back. Oh, Sanji, the true power of the dinosaurs. And for this demonstration, he essentially shoots his neck and tail out from his body. I mean, this dude, Queen, is absolutely nuts. He is definitely a comedian. I have no idea where this form comes from. And he essentially takes the form of a snake. He's just his neck and tail at this point, so he looks like a snake, and everybody is absolutely blown away, and they're like, what the hell is this? Nobody saw this coming. And essentially he's able to wrap around Sanji. I guess he launches at him at a speed that Sanji can't dodge, and he's able to constrict him, looking like a straight up Ekans out here using rap on Vince Smoke Sanji. Essentially crush Sanji while using his speech no mi and tell him more about how awesome. And he gives Sanji another chance. He's like, dude, just use the suit and I might even let you go. If you don't, not only am I gonna crush you, but you see my body over there that I left behind? I attach brachio launchers to it, and all I gotta do is mention them and they'll fire on sight. This is a perfect example of how you can be smart and dumb at the same time. I mean, this is absolutely hilarious because he mentioned the brachio launchers and they fire straight at him. I mean, this dude Queen is an absolute clown. When he curses the weapon, he says brachio launchers again and they fire again. Like, that's how much of an idiot this dude is. And it just goes to show that no matter how smart you are in One Piece, you could still be an idiot too, therefore giving the advantage to people like Luffy. So at this point, Sanji rises from the wreckage, and boy, he does not look good. He's looking like Usopp's nose in the Battle of Dressrosa. I mean, he is bent out of shape, no pun intended, but he's still able to move. And Chopper's like, yo, Sanji, are you okay? You have like a bunch of broken bones. And Sanji's like, I don't know, I feel it stings, but I can still move. I'm pretty okay. And Chopper's like, yo, that's really creepy. Are you some sort of like zombie or something? Are we back in Thriller Bark? And in the next couple of panels, if you look closely, Sanji's bones are actually starting to click back into place. And he starts to realize that he's starting to awaken the power that his brothers have. You know, we saw back in Whole Cake Island that Sanji's brothers, because of the Germa experiments, they have the ability to essentially just pop their bones and their skeletal structure back into place. We saw it when Sanji fought Yanji and essentially smashed his face in, and you know, they were able to just pop it right back out with a couple of sledgehammers. So that's what Sanji seems to have awoken in this battle. And right as he's coming to that realization, Queen appears behind him with a giant sword, and before Sanji could dodge it, Queen essentially slices him in the neck, but instead of the sword slicing him, the sword just breaks. So therefore, he's also awakened another power, which is the impenetrable skin that we've seen that the Germa have as well. Queen comes to a realization like, okay, this is weird. He wasn't this impenetrable a second ago. And Sanji, of course, is in absolute agony at this point. He doesn't hurt physically, but he definitely hurts emotionally because he's starting to realize that he is just like his brothers and he doesn't want to be anything like them. But we definitely know that he's gonna have to embrace some of those powers in order to be able to get stronger and help Luffy. So great chapter. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 just because that big bomb drop with CP0 and Rob Lucci at the beginning of this chapter. I mean, we really are turning it up now. I mean, Oda is definitely backing the Straw Hats into a corner. So the stakes are raised and I gotta give Oda credit for that. So I'm gonna give him an 8 out of 10. We are on break next week, but that just gives us a chance to discuss the situation even further. I definitely plan on dropping 1, maybe even 2 videos next week. So be on the lookout for that. Please smash a like on the video. Any help to this channel is greatly appreciated. Please subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.